Welcome to this special broadcast tonight of State of Mentel Radio. I usually do not do any broadcast on Sundays, and I'm sure not doing it for Mother's Day. I am not a remote control, remote mind control Negro. I don't necessarily think that one specific day out of the year is an important day to honor my mother. I honor my mother every day. I don't honor it at the push of a button, because the white man says, this is the day to honor your mother and make a special day for your mother. Honor your mother every day. Honor your father every day if they're in your lives. No, I actually was thinking about this. See, a lot of my topics, the broadcast topics, come from my Facebook friends, people I might be having a conversation with, and, other people, brothers in the State of Mentel, a couple of sisters. And I say, that'll be a good topic. That'll be a good broadcast idea because, so many of our people, we're constantly talking about revolution and freedom and, the beast and how much we hate the white man and the authority. And our people got this mindset of hating authority, the beast, and, all of the, freedom talk and, revolution and having, black people need to be somewhere self-controlling their own. Well, I don't really hear too much of that. That's the funny thing about it. Black people, all they know is they want to be free from injustice, tyranny, and, in that mind frame, not once do I really hear black people talking about the idea or the possibility of an independent society, an independent state like Israel has an independent state. No one talks about that with black people here in America. A lot of people talk about going back to Africa and setting up, and that was Marcus Garvey's platform back in the early part of the last millennium, and it was a good idea, based on what black people were going through in the society in the last millennium and continue to go through. It's just a little more refined. However, a lot of people were on board with the possibility of going back to another continent, leaving North America and going to the continent of Africa and maybe setting up a homeland there. And in fact, like I spoke about 1804, I like to make a correction. When I meant to say 1804 in the last broadcast, I said 1904 by mistake when I said that James Monroe, I believe he was the 5th or 6th president, I'm not sure offhand, when he sent a lot of the blacks who were enslaved in this country to Liberia, helped set up Liberia, and they have a city in Liberia named after him today called Monrovia. And so, you had black people who wanted to govern their own society independently, because a lot comes with that. A lot of responsibility does come with that. You got black people who would rather talk about interplanetary and space stuff and esoteric things, but they don't think about the possibility of controlling their own physical destinies here on Earth. They talk about being from Sirius A and Sirius B and time travel and space and other planets. How are you going to talk about another planet when you can't even conceive of, your own society, your own country? This is what bugs me out with black people. When I hear black people talk like that, I know that they're not really, their feet are not firmly planted in reality, because they can talk about space and things like that and being from another planet, and and I speak about those things, in the Amen beings. But first and foremost, before you even think on that level, you have to start to think independently about your own society. A society, because a lot of things come with that. A society where you are in charge. You are the government. You are the police. You are the wealthy people. You are the working class. When you're getting pulled over, if you're getting pulled over by police, the police are going to look like you. 9 times out of 10, you're not going to end up shot dead. You know 9 times out of 10 you probably won't be harassed if you're doing the right thing. You know that in your own society you can control the media companies, the film and picture companies. You can make movies that are not cooned out like a lot of these white companies make and manufacture for niggas to consume. You understand that? That's what happens when you have your own society set up. You are free to express yourself mentally, physically, uncut, as long as it's not impeding on someone else's freedoms, as long as you're not physically hurting anyone else or offending anyone else in any form, whereas, causing them some sort of bodily harm, whatever. You have infinite possibilities, unlimited possibilities, things you're not going to have here in a society that's controlled by people that don't look like you. Black people need to really think about this, because it's becoming more and more apparent that as time goes on, though we have lived to see the coming of a black president, and a few rights handed over to us, things are 9 times out of 10 not going to get much brighter than this. We're not living, we're not living in a post-racial society, although they sell that idea to our people that race doesn't matter anymore, everybody's one, and but we know the full reality of that. We know the full reality of that in a society where black men own nothing. They own none of the wealth here. They control no television networks. They control no motion picture companies. They produce nothing here. You control none of the major industry. Hell, you black men can't even, the majority of y'all can't even get on the damn fire department in New York City. You're frozen out of that. You live in the slums still in America, while the majority of the people that live in wealthy, beautiful, plush neighborhoods and have most of the land here are white people. Let's just say it. They control the wealth here. You got people coming from other countries into the so-called black community. There's really no such thing as a black community. It's just a bunch of niggas living together, you understand, in this close vicinity. But you have people coming from everywhere, Arabs, East Indians, Chinese, coming here and making money off of you and sending it back to their homeland and educating their children, driving big SUVs off of your money. You understand? And what do you black people have to show for it here in America? Nothing. You can't claim Africa as your homeland to go to. You can go there and maybe be a citizen there, but, they're very funny toward black people coming from over in America. They're very suspicious. Their eyebrow raises when you foreigners, you Americans, because that's what they consider you black Americans, come over there to their country. You understand that? You're a foreigner to them. So think about this. This was an idea that Garvey had, and like I said, it was a worthwhile idea. And like I said, black people need to start thinking about this again, putting this in their memory bank, putting it in to these conferences where you got black people who are just being entertained right now. It's not a time for black people to be entertained. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with laughing. There's nothing wrong with having a good time. There's nothing wrong with, hearing a good message, whatever. But a lot of these places where black people are going to learn and hear speakers, they're going in there to be entertained. They're going there to hear a bunch of fast-talking niggas trying to sell books and peddle goods. You're right, Anita Kearney. Black people in America cannot cross the street together, let alone work together to build a nation. You are right. And we're going to talk about that. I should have introduced myself. I am the intellectual ᴄᴏᴜᴜᴅ, and this is State of Mental Radio. I meant to do that in the beginning, but I just got off on a little, roll. I was just, letting my mind wander with this. You're right. Black people can't do anything together in this society. Reason why that is because individualism is promoted in this society. Black people think as individuals. We don't think collectively. That's why there will never be a nation. That's why people will never come to power. Because my thing is, when we come into these conscious groups and these meetings, and people go to these meetings and listen to speakers and things like this, I'm like, I sat and I listened. I went to one of these things one time, and I fell asleep. I heard people talking about Egypt and Africa and where Ankhs and Ashe, and I heard all of the Black Power talk. Right? It just registered to me as too much, way too much goddamn differences in individualism. It didn't register as a collective thing. It didn't register as a people who were serious-minded, because whenever we come to meetings like that, there should always be an objective in mind. There should always be a goal that we're trying to achieve, other than just giving these organizers our goddamn money and listening to some niggas trying to sell some books and BS us to get us to the next conscious meeting or next gathering. That shouldn't be the principal reason why we're going to these things or attending these things or even picking up these flyers. It should always be with a goal in mind. You should always be leaving with something, with a platform in place. But when you go to these things, you get entertained. You just get some entertainment. You get people bringing in comedians and telling jokes and simple-minded niggas just cursing up a storm and acting like, it's a show you're getting put on. And it's all done. It's no different than reality TV now, where people are just trying to distract you to get you from thinking about reality, things that we should have our mind on, serious things. You understand? We don't need to be entertained if we're not going to be educated and have a goal in mind for what we're trying to do. I'm not going to bring my people together. I said in the State of Mental meetings, I said I'm not going to bring my people together. You understand? I'm not going to bring my people together to have them just sit and listen to me talk. Just sit and listen to me run my mouth about a book or what jewelry, or just to get money out of my people. No, there's an objective in mind. There's always supposed to be. There's always supposed to be an objective. And if we're not coming together to start thinking in these terms, because, nothing's promised to us here in this society. Not a damn thing. Nothing's promised to us. Nobody's going to give us anything. Don't fall into that mindset where a lot of these black organizations from the last millennium, even though a lot of the younger people still carry that mindset, unfortunately, that these people that rule the society are going to give us anything. It's not going to happen. You understand? It's not going to happen. This society, these last millennium organizations, a lot of these black organizations from the last millennium, and these the young black people that are adopting these philosophies, whether you calling yourself a Black Panther, Young Panther, the new Black Panthers, or the Moors and all this other stuff, a lot of their ideology still relies on asking the white man for something. The Moors are sitting up here talking about treaties that the white man is going to obey, they think. You understand? Some of our people, you got the Nation of Islam, they asking for freedom, justice, and equality. Who are they asking that from? You understand? Who do you want to be free from? Who do you want to be equal with? Who do you want justice from? The Black Panthers, they were nothing really more than, at best, a militant civil rights group, because they walked around talking about their right to bear arms. That's not a revolutionary group. A revolutionary group goes and changes things through violence and taking over things. I'm not advocating that. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that you send one message and then it's something else, where you got black men in this group sleeping with white women and intermingling with these people, and the message just gets coerced. It gets hijacked. It just comes off as people, because a lot of those people who formed those organizations were from the last generation, and the last generation, for the most part, had their hand out. They had their hand out asking the society for something, asking the white man for something, a handout. They didn't trust within themselves to work together and build anything. They didn't see it happening amongst themselves. White people don't go to us. when they need to build or when they're coming in. They're not looking to us to do anything. You understand? They're not looking to us to do anything. They can sustain. They don't need us in this society. The last time they used us in this society full blast was during slavery. And now you're out of slavery, so they really don't need you anymore. You black people here in America really don't serve a purpose. You know? Don't believe that nonsense about other black women that say, oh, I spend a lot of them. We spend billions of dollars here, and we're consumers and whatnot. They need our money going. No, they don't. No, they don't. They don't need you because all you're doing is giving them back paper. So they don't really need you here. And they're showing you that by, your unemployment rates. What good is it for you to talk about how much money you spend in society when the majority of our people are unemployed? You understand that? When you don't have any money to spend. Now what good are you? They're not worried about you in the society. They're not worried about what you contribute because you really contribute nothing. You understand that? Our people should seriously be thinking about this, especially the next generation. What are we going to do? We're not going to be able to rely on any jobs. Hell, the white man laying off his own people. They downsizing on their own people. So what do you think they're going to do about us? You really think they're concerned about us? We cheat ourselves all the time when we sit up here and we're trying to relive these last millennium messages, talking about Moorish science, Black Panthers, and metaphysics, Masonry, and all this other, and Pan-Africanism. We cheat ourselves. Why do I say that? We cheat ourselves because we have some intelligent black men and black women out there, young, intelligent black men and black women out there, but you cannot think because you got too much crap loaded in your head from the last millennium. You got too many ways etched in your mind. You let a lot of these old black hustlers from the last millennium and these last-minute organizations who were trying to revive these organizations. You understand? They were trying to revive their organizations, so they sunk their teeth into new blood. They sunk their teeth into the young to try to revive their old messages so they can have conferences so you can come out and they can take your money and sell books. You understand? They wanted to push that mindset in you instead of you all developing your own mindset, your own movement for the new millennium, a new society, free of all these old ways of thinking. You understand that? Free of that. They want you to hold on to that. We was doing the Supermen, Superwomen project on May 20th, and we gave a card to a brother. Me and some brothers was out. We was promoting the project. Bringing out a better black men and better black women. And for our generation, this next generation. Not that we closing the door on older ones, but the older ones of our people pretty much are set in their ways. That's why we were trying to, not make them an intricate part of what we were doing in the beginning, because a lot of the older people bring their old ways with them, and they're not trying to hear anything, and they'll slow us down in what we're trying to do. Just as your mind, just as your body has to detox from garbage in it in order to become lighter, in order to move faster, so does your mind. So does your mind has to be detoxed to these old ways, cleared out, in order to formulate new things. I said that the white man, the reason why he'll always be in charge of society, why he'll always be ahead of society, is because he doesn't allow himself to be weighed down by old ways. He will adopt a new way, a new mindset, an advanced mindset, and he will move on. He is not traditional. He is not cultural in any kind of way. I mean, he talks about the past here and there, but he's not linked to that. He's constantly looking to move into the future. That's why he will always be in charge. He will be ahead of everybody. We used to be like that. We used to think in the future tense. We used to move ahead of everybody because we thought in future tense. Now what do black people do? We thinking behind. We thinking behind everybody. We still talking about movements and dead organizations from the last millennium, and we trying to follow in their footsteps when we should be making our own footprints in the sand. Cutting down and bringing down fresh people, fresh minds together. We should be doing that. Raising a new flag, raising a new mentality. But you got a lot of these people from the old world, they don't want to see that because they selfish. because they missed their chance in the last millennium, so they want to slow up our progression. They don't want to cooperate. They want to still be Muslims and Christians and Israelites and still deal with the religion and the metaphysics and all the nonsense that's linked to the white man and the other races, instead of developing our own natural intelligence. We can build from that. We can move from that. I said that our evolution was interrupted. We came from builders. We came from the ancient Kemites, the ancient Nubians, the ancient Sumerians, our black people here in America. We came from builders. You understand that? History that the white man tries to hide. He would rather, and I said this in the African broadcast I did, that the logical reason why we're not African, the white man would rather label you as an African American, you understand, because those are two slave titles. We got the African title from the Romans under Leo Scipio Africanus, and the American one from the white man here in America. So he would rather label you that. He'd rather label you as a jungle dweller, a hut and mud and hut builder, instead of a society builder, like who we truly are. They hide that society. I said they will call you an African first. You understand that? Before they call you an ancient Nubian or ancient Kemite. They won't do that. You understand that? Why is that? Because they don't want you to think on your own. They don't want you to do on your own. They don't want you to control your own destiny. They don't want the gods and goddesses to truly be gods and goddesses, not even our own people. Our own people talk a good one. They talk about being gods and goddesses and being this, that, and the third. But the truth is, they rather be on the plantation. They want to be on the goddamn plantation. They want to still be under the white man. They're not having this kind of talk. Or if they are, it's just talk. You know, they would rather be rappers and entertainers, and they want to be black because it's hip. You know, it's cool. It's something to rap about. It's something to form a new rap song, make a new goddamn rap song out of. You understand that? They don't want to go to school to be doctors and lawyers and scientists, things that a real society need, things that the white man go to school for, things that the East Indian and the Chinese and them send their children to school for. No, our kids want to be goddamn rappers. They're not promoting doctors and scientists and lawyers and things like that, what you need in within the so-called conscious people in the conscious community. They're not promoting that. They're promoting hip-hop. They promote more buck dance and coonery. They promote more niggas being entertainers. You understand? Because that mindset was hijacked by the so-called hip-hop community. That's why we in the predicament we in today, where young black men and young black women are not nation builders, society builders. You understand that? We got a whole bunch of old hustlers. You understand? We got a bunch of old hustlers trying to get their hustle on the young generation, trying to push their old-ass philosophies on us till we get strangled and caught in that hole, until we going in circles. We going in circles from these last millennium teachings. You understand that? We going in circles. And what does the people in the conscious community say? They say if, you keep going in a circle and, doing the same thing and expecting to a different outcome, then that's insanity. Well, then we insane if we keep following this madness, if we don't bury the dead and move on. If those old millennium teachings have not put us where we're supposed to be from the last millennium, then why the hell are we still talking about that? Why are we trying to revive old organizations? Why are we trying to revive old movements? Why are we still following old beliefs? Lie-ifs? Why are we still following that? Why haven't we moved on? I had people, when they asked me what the state of Intel is, I said it's a future intelligence community that we set up in the new millennium. You understand? I said that's what it is. And an old timer said, well, what's that supposed to be? You going on your own intelligence. I said, yeah. Then the old timer said, well, and we got it from a few younger people, too, who under that old mindset. But I understand they've been poisoned by the old people. They said, well, what y'all trying to be, elite people and royal people? I said, hell yeah. You niggas talk about Egypt and all this other stuff, and you act like we supposed to sit up here and still live in the hoods and don't think about a life other than living in the goddamn hoods under the white man? But yet you niggas talk about Egypt all the time. How the hell you going to talk about you come from the ancient Kemites and the Nubians and all these other people when they set up governments? They set up governments. They cooperated with each other. You quick to talk about people like Taharqa and Narmer, the ones who put these people in order, put these societies together, structured and organized these people. So what you saying is he turned his nose up. The old timer turned his nose up. He was part of the whole black revolutionary talk and stuff like that. He turned his nose up at what I was saying. I said, then, so what you saying basically is that for us to think of ourselves on a higher level as the elect, there's something wrong with that. Unless you bought into that whole mentality that niggas ain't nothing, that black people are nothing. And that's what a lot of them bought into because they used to having a handout. You understand? They used to having a handout. They used to begging. So when somebody comes along and we're not talking about begging no more, when we actually starting to think on a level, you understand, of thinking, throwing out the old ways and starting over, coming fresh with a clean slate, because, you got certain people that keep talking about money is the answer to the problems of our people. I'm not saying money's not a tool and that we can't use it, but what I'm saying is that that's not going to help us totally. That's a tool. The minds of the people have to be together collectively and on one page. It can't be, oh, I'm a Muslim over here, oh, I'm a Christian over here, I'm a Pan-Africanist over here, I'm a metaphysician over here, I'm a Moorish science over here, I'm a Rasta over here. The hell with all that, man. Throw all that in the garbage, man, because it's not going to matter in this new goddamn phase. Throw it all away and start over. Flush the toilet, because we got a lot of feces in the toilet. We got a lot of turds in the toilet. Excuse me for being so direct with it, but that's how I speak. And those feces represent the old millennium teachings. They've become stale. They're backing up a generator that could be our mind, that could be processing new ways of thinking, advanced ways of thinking. And then, the simple-minded go, oh, what new ways? When ain't nothing new under the sun. Tell a white man that. Tell a white man that. So what we supposed to do? We supposed to keep doing these same things in rotation, nothing changing? Hell, things getting worse. Yeah, something is changing. Things are getting worse. You understand that? Things are changing. Things are getting worse. With a black man saying nothing new under the sun and think everything's going to remain the same, no, it ain't going to remain the same. Things are going to get worse, and they don't understand why it's getting worse. You understand that? They don't understand. They don't understand that if you're not moving forward, then you're going to fall back. But there will be movement. There will be movement. Either you're going to move forward or you're going to move backward. And that's what's happening with our people. So we better start thinking of an alternate plan beyond these old ways, because the old ways are the problem. The old ways are the problem. Sitting and having meetings where niggas just sitting around being entertained and people's just trying to get money out your pocket. Are you serious? Why are we not coming together to produce a better people? No, you just got people that's just concerned about money. You understand? They just concerned about how much money they can get out your pocket. You understand? So they can give it right back to the white man. You understand? That's the whole thing. Everything's based on materialism. It's not based on the collectiveness of the building together of our people. It's not about that. See, this was disturbing me. This was disturbing me. I see this in the younger generation. When we try to do something within the state of mental, I feel this in the younger generation. It disturbs the hell out of me, because I'm sincere in the want and wanting the evolution of my people. But I know it's not going to be the masses of black people. I already know our people ain't going to go along, because the majority of our people are mentally dead. But you don't need the masses of people. You don't need the majority. All you need is a few. All you need is the elect. They talked about that in the book of Revelation, and we're in that day right now. I'm not a religious person. The book of Revelation is a reality. It talks about the new generation or the regeneration, meaning to start up the power the mental power, the regeneration or the new generation of new generation of people coming out of the old black race. That's what's going to happen. The car has to be started, people. The engine has to be turned on. The fumes have to be blown out of the exhaust pipe. The fumes represent the old ways of the last millennium. That's what it represents. It represents the end to all the goddamn games, all the playing, all the niggas beating on their chest like they King Kong, talking about they black revolutionaries and they ain't going to do a damn thing. We need thinkers. We need intelligent people. We need people going to live for the collective. Same way the white man does, same way the East Indians do, same way they are thinkers. They live for the collective. They build collectively. They educate collectively. But first we have to do away with all the nonsense, all the divisions. We have to do away with all the last millennium philosophies. They have to be wiped clean, destroyed. See, because once that happens, somebody asks me, well, brother, what happens once you clean the slate of all the old millennium? You say, okay, we dump out and we start from one. What happens, brother? I said, mind power. Mind power. That's what happens. We done reached another door. We in the mental stage. We move from the submental state to the mental state. We come off of the level with everybody else. I'm going to take a call. 904. 904,
Hello?
you're on the air. 904, yes.
Oh, I'm listening to you. A friend of mine posted this on my Facebook, and I came and I read your little blog, and then I started listening to you, and it was amazing to me. I want to say, brother, you are saying some things that I have been preaching about in my circle of friends for years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we have become a much integrity doesn't move us anymore. We measure ourselves not by we measure our success not by the person that we become, but by what we have.
Mm-hmm.
And that is why we can't build a society.
Exactly.
The mentality that we have is that instead of being happy for a brother or a sister that's moving up, that is moving on, we try to pull them back. Like I said when I wrote about the 40 acres and the mule mentality, look, that ain't going to happen. We can't spend the rest of our existence waiting on somebody to give us anything.
Well, that's what
we have the tools. We have the tools. We have the tools. It's there for us. People, the old regime died so that we would be able to harness the power of our minds to move us forward to that next step. But our people are perishing for lack of knowledge. Selfish. They selfish. They sit up and make fun of the Koreans and the Asians and everybody else that comes to this country and band together and help each other build something.
Well, you know what that is? That's just, I'm going to go ahead. No, well, you know what that is? That is it's too much confusion. And as I said, we got too many different ideologies, and we need to all just throw it all away and start from one again. We need to just start with a clean slate. A lot of our people don't want to do that. A lot of our people want to hold on to their beliefs. They want to hold on to their philosophies and ideologies, which can be linked to the white man and the other races anyway. So we need to, if they didn't work for us in the past, we need to just have, just throw them out and start over. Start brand new. Start with fresh ideas. And we was advocating that in the State of Mental. Go to the som.info page. And I said the last part of our evolution, where we left off in ancient Egypt, where we was building societies and things like that, our evolution was interrupted when we started accepting the philosophy of the white man through his religion and the Arabs and all these and they Islam and they Christianity and all this nonsense and the metaphysics. That's what caused division. That's what broke up our power. We, prior to that time, were one mind, one force, one body. And now everything's divided. Same way the white man is today. In America, you can say what you want about him. They put up that American flag. They're a Christian. This is a Judeo-Christian country, and they ride and die for that flag, and that's what it is. There's not going to be any Islam really here. They let it be here, but these people are focused, and they're focused on one thing. There's no division with them. We didn't learn anything when they said, united we stand, divided we fall. This is why our people will continue to fall.
Yes, we will continue to fall because, first of all, we have lost any sense of brotherhood. We've got so much infighting. I listened to another blog talk radio, and this gentleman that I listen to badmouth Black American women all the time. That's his thing, but he does make valid points about what we see on TV and the perception of Black people in America. We are happy with that perception because we do nothing to change it. Mm-hmm. Those of us who are in a position to change how the rest of the world views us as a people, we get out on the world stage and cut the fool. Mm-hmm. Or and I mean, if you cruise through YouTube and you see the stuff that they're posting, and they know this is a worldwide forum, and of course, every nation looks at us. We're a cosmic joke.
Oh yeah.
As a people,
yeah.
I hope I'm pissing somebody off with that statement, because maybe if you get mad enough, you will see that you need to change. But see, change got to come from within. We always looking for something external to propel us forward.
Well, what the change that Black people would, I'm sorry, got it.
Yeah, the change that has to come is they've got to start learning. First of all, they need to start learning to think for themselves. Mm-hmm. Instead of, I mean, we get the public school education. Sure, it's a free education, but look at the educational system that we are under. Mm-hmm. It is all by rote. You're not taught to think. You're taught what to think.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And as long as you don't question what they're telling you, I mean, they're rewriting history books today. They're changing the history of America to what they want it to be. And nobody has even voiced a concern.
Well, that's because the Black man too busy. He want to be a rapper. His woman want to be a woman want to be like Nicki Minaj, or they want to sit up in some conscious meeting talking about a bunch of nonsense.
I sit up every day in some of the communities that I'm involved in on Google Talk and through Facebook, and I listen to the black-on-black hatred that is spouted, and it saddens me. There are some things that I read that Black people are saying to one another, and it doesn't, they're nitpicking the amount of Blackism based on your parentage and whatnot, whether you're light-skinned, whether you're dark-skinned. I grew up in a very racist South in the 60s and early 70s. I'm 50 years old.
Okay.
And I have never had a mentality that says, I grew up on a plantation, chopped cotton, picked cotton, and I always knew the world was bigger than that for us as a people. But I do understand why the people no longer move forward. We have not progressed mentally. Actually, you are correct in one thing that I see is that we have actually digressed mentally as a people, because I'm feeling that we can sit up and the thing is, when Jim Crow happened and then that whole era of the separation of races, the thought patterns, the things that I hear them say are actually the thought patterns of the old masters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And when you listen to the way we are as a people with each other, you want to build a nation, first you got to stop thinking the thoughts about your people that the other races have put into your head. They sit up and they argue about how the career. If you think about it, black, the only race of people that wear hair weave and stuff like that is black. That's a multi-billion-dollar business. And a black person cannot get a beauty supply store because the Koreans own it inside and out, from warehousing to distribution to retail.
Yeah.
And
Chris Rock talked about that on that movie Good Hair. He talked about that.
Yeah. And you look at it, you want to say, I've seen it. A friend of mine owned I live in Jacksonville, Florida, started a hair store, a beauty supply store, and I would hear black people saying, I ain't going in there and shop. They're going to charge you too much. I'm going to, they're going to get an inferior product. You can't do business with black people. I'd rather spend my money. I mean, I hear these people saying these things, and I'm saying, do you hear yourself?
Well, it gets, it gets to a point where you start thinking in rotation with these people, and all they're going to do is take you in circles to where you're getting dizzy and there's a state of confusion. So what we do, and what I say is that, I might be a little, people consider me a little controversial in my stance, but I'm like, I'm only focused on the elect within the black race. I'm not interested in the black race anymore. I'm only interested in the elect of the black race. You have to be. Same way the Jews, and I always give them props because they separated themselves from the white race, the larger populace of the white race. So there has to be a separation. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad was attempting to do this, even though, he talked about black people. But in the majority, he was saying, and same thing with Garvey, you're always going to have the majority of our people who are not going to cooperate and work together. They want to be stuck in their ways. So, the hell with them. I'm only interested in the 1%. That's what we down to, and we term that within the state of Mentel, which is our movement, our organization, the SOM.info. If you go there, I'm going to put it in the chat room. We're only interested in the elect, the 1%. Trying to put a lot of energy on black people and waiting for them to catch up the speed is a waste of time. There is always going to be an evolution, just as you have certain people and their mentalities and their ways going to die off. It's going to produce a future race of people out of the slow people. And there are so many quick-minded people who are waiting for this evolution to take place. This is supposed to happen like this right now, where people like yourself, even the younger generation, they're getting tired. They don't want to hear this nonsense anymore. They don't want to hear the same old things from the last millennium. They don't have warped brains and just things ingrained in their head to keep them moving in a rotation where there's no evolution in. We're supposed to be naturally evolving and be ahead, not behind, and not running in the same race, but ahead of everybody. As the people who were the first people to set foot on this planet, as the creators of these things and all of these laws and things like that, the people that were the first society builders, we're supposed to be ahead of everybody, but we're so far behind, and that's due to the fact that there's too many philosophies, too many beliefs, too many doctrines, too many people who are moving in a rotation. So it has to be the evolutionary people, the ones who are thinking on a straight line, not the revolutionary people, because we make the difference. You got the revolutionary people, the ones who are going to keep moving in a circle to nowhere, and you're going to have your evolutionary people, which I refer to as the 1%. We're going to move away out of the circle and move forward. That's who I'm focused on. That's who I'm talking to, and these are the people I'm calling out within these movements, because our people are everywhere. Our people are dissatisfied. This broadcast I do, State of Mentel, is based on dissatisfied people. It's not for people that's trying to, who are tired of talking to the black race. I'm going to just say it, to hell with the black race. Something has to develop out of the black race.
A good luck with that. I sound cynical. It's probably because I'm disillusioned. I mean, I look at even our young people today, and the ones that have the sphere of the influence that is needed, and I don't know how to put it, they're lacking.
Yeah, you're right. They are. But you would be surprised. You would be surprised and what we're doing and what I'm doing and what my people are coming along, it's a lot of younger people who are being coaxed out of this mindset to come along. They're not going to keep moving in the circle. There are some of our people, like I said, it's not for everybody. We're not doing anything for black people. We're doing something for the people who are our people who are amongst the black race, because, like I said, it's a waste of time to try to get everybody. See, I understand where you coming from. You still looking at it on a broad perspective, a broad view of, our people this, our people that. We don't stop that. We don't do that.
And how can you build a nation?
You take the best people. You take the best people and you move on with them, because out of those people, they will produce the next generation. Because now you get to control the children that are coming out of that. Your children, so let's say, for example, we take those people who consider themselves to be of the elect, and they go and they start building and they start having children, and they go somewhere and they don't have that mentality no more as the last millennium black people. This is exactly how the Jews did it. You asked me that question. Here it is. The Jews are minority. The Jews are a minority, but wherever they go, they come someplace and they control the whole situation. You understand that? They control.
Oh, I get that.
Yeah. So that's the mentality, we have as far as controlling our own destiny. We coming away from the nonsense, the things that's different from us and anybody else. Is we focused on the future. They still dealing with the present and the past. We're not interested in the present and the past. We're interested in the future. We walking out away from the people that's coming with us in the state of mental. We are mentalists. We are, all we're focused on is mental evolution, because the mind has to be cleared, and once the mind is free, the body's going to follow, and we're going to come together. It's all about intelligence, higher intelligence, future intelligence, advanced ways of thinking. It's not about the old things. We don't care no more about that. It's a waste of time.
That was my one question for you, and you've answered it quite well, that you can't take them with you.
No, we're not trying to. I'm not trying to talk to them. Like I said, the people that's here listening to me, I post stuff on Facebook, and we utilize Facebook to find our people. The whole point is to find our people. We're not making a secret of that, just to find the 1%. And that's what we refer to them as, the elect, the 1% who are amongst the black race, not the black race. We don't want the whole black race coming to the party. See, because that's why. Say it again now.
You're gonna have to get that elect and come out from among them, because it's like a poison. The mentality that you speak of, the negative one, it's like a poison. They
are poison. They are. It's black zombies, Dawn of the Living Dead. Dawn of the Living Dead, mentally dead, like Elijah Muhammad said back in the day. Dawn of the Living Dead. Now it's dead amongst his own people. The ones who followed him, they gone. So you got to move on.
They lost somewhere along the line that they've lost the. I have no word for it. I know it's missing. I just don't know what it is they've lost.
Well, they can no longer see the bigger picture. They're wrapped in a whole lot of artificial ways of thinking, i.e. your religion, your philosophy, your politics. You got some black people that still believe that change is going to come by way of the white man. That's why they got so happy when Barack Obama got put into office, is that even though they selected him and put him there, black people still hanging their hopes on the white man. That's the problem. They don't want to think for themselves. They don't want to think beyond this. They don't want to do nothing for themselves. They still hang their hopes on the white man. Black people, the majority of our people, do not want to be the masters of their own destiny. They do not want to build anything. They do not want to put their old ways behind them. They'd rather be separate just so they can go nowhere, just so they can continue to depend on the white man. That's the problem.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I guess it looks like to me a lot of it's too much work.
Yes, there you go. Perfect. You simplify it. Too much work. It's too much work to go to school to be a doctor. It's too much school to go to work to be. Too much work to go to school to be an architect or lawyer. Something that we could really need. We could really use. But no, Negroes want to go to school to be psychologists and black studies, get degrees in black studies. Nonsense we can't use. We need when you get you black revolutionary when you talking about how much the white man the devil when you get your arm cut or when you get stabbed or shot or something happen, you running right to the white man to get patched up. You understand that? But no, we don't need. But no, you're not advocating that black people go be doctors. Y'all not getting no fun going where you trying to send young black kids to medical school. You're not doing that.
So I've ran into people. I was working in a nursing home, and you still have you still have people not the senior citizen that I was working with, but their kids looks up and says to the black doctor, "Could you get us a real doctor?"
Yeah. You said some black people said that to the black doctor? Yeah. Well, there you go. There you go. There you go. I'm not surprised. Because black people, yeah, well, that's the slave mentality. A lot of our people in this generation, they don't push the slave mentality down to our people. You got these people in the so-called conscious community.
Think that way.
Yeah.
Our own people don't think that way, that we are less than.
Yeah, well, Well, that's the mentality. It ain't just the white man. Everybody want to blame the white man and call him the devil and whatnot. It's our own people. It's people. I ain't gonna say our own people. I done divorced myself from them. But like I said, it's these niggas, and I use that word. They're the problem. They're the problem. It's not the white man. These niggas will give you a lot of problems.
We keep ourselves down. The white man doesn't have to do a darn thing to destroy us. We destroy ourselves.
There you go. Well, that's them. Now I'm not claiming them no more. I don't claim them no more. You know, I don't move. There ain't no more us. There's no more us. We drawing the line in the sand and stating itself.
Put that saw down. You done sawed yourself off the tree.
Yeah, hey, it is what it is. I'm not going to this branch. I'd rather go and plant a new seed. Forget it. Because it's too much. It's going to waste too much time. It's going to be, it's going to cost,
There's too much rotten fruit on this one.
Exactly. So, the hell with the tree. The hell with it. Let it go.
It needs to be chopped down.
Yeah. Well, no, leave it. Let it die. Just let it die. Let the black race go. Because they, the so-called black race been hijacked by niggas. And that's the problem. You know. And then
you got this whole thing when like you said about blacks in other countries. They look at us, especially American blacks. They look at American blacks, and they don't claim us.
No, well, I wouldn't. I don't blame them.
They don't.
I don't blame them.
American black people whatsoever.
Oh well, I don't blame them. So hey, it is what it is.
Yeah. Everybody wants to talk about this back to Africa thing. And they don't want you over there.
No, they don't. Well, like I did a show on Africa, and I said that Africa's a slave as a slave title that they put on our people. We not Africans. We come from the ancient Nubians. We the builders. We go over to Africa, and we're not really connected to them people in the tribal thing. We more connected with the Egyptians and the Nubians, the builders. That's who we really are, and that's why the white man brought us here. Sister, I got to take another call.
Okay, go ahead.
It was beautiful speaking to you. All right. 626, you're on.
Hey, what's happening, man? This Black Brotherhood in the chat room. How you doing, man?
All right, brother. How you doing?
Yeah. Oh, pretty good. Man, I'm enjoying your conversation here, man. I called my partner, International Movie, see if he can call in too, man. We do a show, man. I don't know if you heard our show. Yeah, we do a show Black Brotherhood for Self-Determination.
Okay.
And, we talk about, man, similar things, man, about the idea of, like, Black Folks Nation building and whatnot. It's hard work, man, and I feel your frustration on getting frustrated with certain black folks, and I think the way I kind of get frustrated too, but in a way it's like for us, man, we still have hope that if we go out and set the example, that other brothers will follow, because it's like I think right now like brothers can no longer just talk a good game and then think that other people are going to be moved by the words and fall in the line. So
well,
nowadays, man, yeah, go ahead.
Well, here's the thing. What you hear in my voice is not frustration. You hear passion, because I live for what we're doing within the state of Mentel. Go to the SOM.info. I'm gonna put it in there. We about the 1%, the elect. We're not interested in the black race. I'm not frustrated because I don't care about the black race no more. I only care about the elect within the black race, the ones who are gonna wake up, the evolutionary people. I'm not interested in everybody else. Because it's a waste of time and it's a waste of energy. You got, they're gonna come along in their own time. Leave them to their time and let them do it. We have to clear our minds out, because that's the problem right there. Everybody keep talking about when the brothers gonna get together and the brothers gonna do this. And look, the brothers ain't gonna do nothing. All right, black men ain't gonna do nothing. They rather sit and smoke weed all day. My average black men, they want to smoke weed all day. They want to talk about the football game or chasing some ass, or just some nonsense, some nigga nonsense. That's the reality. All that trying to, or the so-called conscious people, all they want to do is get entertained, go somewhere and get black for a minute. You understand? Buy some onks and sell some goddamn books. You understand? Or go and it's just church. It's an outlet. It's a hobby. Okay, that's what the conscious community and all these little get-togethers is about. It's not about. It's no goals. It's nothing serious. It's just about a few niggas making some money. So let's say it for what it is. So it has to be something serious, that are some serious people that are going to come out of the black race. And that's what we about. We refer to them people within the state of Mentel as the elect, the next generation, the evolutionary group, not the revolutionary. The revolution is dead. Those people over there in the last millennium mindset, they dead. They going to keep moving in circles. We're moving in a straight line.
Yeah, man. I hear you, man. I'm not familiar with your group, man. So the state of mental, is this some kind of
State of Mentel is the future. State of Mentel. I'm putting it in the chat room right now. The State of Mentel and our official site is thesom.info. We are a future intelligence, mind-powered group. All we deal with is future and higher or advanced intelligence. That's it. We teach within the State of Mentel that the black race here, so-called, I said there's 1% of our people that are going to make it and go into that state of evolution, and then we're going to advance as the hybrids amongst the black race. Because in every stage or every group or whatever species or whatever, there's always going to be an evolution in the people. Certain people are going to evolve to the next level. Certain people are not. And that's what you're witnessing right now in the black race. You're going to see 1% of our people is going to come out. You understand, who are going to advance, and they're going to come together. The new and intelligent black people, they're going to come together, men and women. They're going to have offspring, and we're going to develop and evolve away from the old black race as we watch them die out. So this is a natural evolution that's taking place right now. It's always going to be the people who are dissatisfied, who got all this mental energy and mind power like yourself, the brother, y'all sitting around here. We're not sitting up here rocking back and forth in the churches talking about Jesus Christ and Muhammad. We don't give a damn about no Jesus. We don't give a damn about no Muhammad. We don't give a damn about no religion, no Israelites. We don't care about no Moorish science, no metaphysics. We letting it all go. You understand? Because these people have done nothing. These people are doing nothing but trying to just hustle each other and make money. That's all it's about.
Yeah, man. I'm just trying to I'm trying to distinguish like what you're saying from like metaphysical stuff. Are you talking about?
Here's the thing with metaphysics. Metaphysics comes from the Greeks, and the Greeks are philosophers. Metaphysics is known as first philosophy in the ancient Greek pantheon. We're not dealing with esoteric stuff. Mentellect, which is the knowledge that we teach in the state of Mentel, is reality. It's not a philosophy. So everything that the Greeks were talking about as far as metaphysics and things like that, they were dealing more on a philosophical standpoint. We say that higher intelligence, advanced knowledge comes through people as opposed to things like metaphysics, which comes from people. When we say knowledge that comes through people, we're talking about from a higher level or an advanced level of thinking. Metaphysics more or less came from the Greeks, who they borrowed bits and pieces from the Egyptians, from their secret schools, but a lot of the schools from the ancient Egyptians or the ancient Kemites were secret schools, so they didn't even know anything. So the metaphysicians, they added a lot of stuff. The white Greeks, they're your premier philosophers. So we're not dealing with a philosophy. We're dealing with the reality of higher or advanced intelligence, because it has to evolve the people.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, am I? Let me. I'm trying to clarify. I want to make it clear because I know certain things get lost in translation. I tend to speak fast when people know me for this broadcast when I'm explaining the knowledge that we're dealing with. We deal with a knowledge called mentellect. I'm gonna put it in there, and we acknowledge this as new knowledge.
Let me ask a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, let me ask a question to be able to understand. So, so you guys are like a school of teachers or something that's teaching some new form of thinking or something?
Advanced thinking, yes.
Oh, okay. Where do you guys derive that from?
We derive it from advanced thinking. Like I said, we generate intelligence based on our living and our way of life. We are open windows to higher intelligence. Like, for example, you can bring if your mind is raised to a certain level and you bring about a idea that wasn't here previously, if you're used as an instrument or a window to bring something forward, where did that idea come from? What you would call inspiration. Where does your inspiration come from to bring forward something that wasn't here previously?
Oh, okay.
I mean, okay. I'm asking you, where does it come from?
It's, just creativity. I guess it would come from inspiration. I'm thinking. It's like composing a piece of music or something. I guess one has influences and one.
Well, let me ask you. Let me ask you this way. In the beginning of the early 1900s, when we were coming out of the 1800s into the early 20th century, the 1900s, where we led up to that millennium with horses and carriages and buggies and virtually no technology. Then within a span of 100 years, we get computers and telephones and radio. Well, telephones started evolving, but we had radios, computers, and all of this technology, cars, airplanes. Where'd that all come from?
Like the science and technology?
Yeah, where'd all that come from?
I don't. I don't know how to answer your question, man, because I don't know, metaphysically, I don't necessarily follow that line of thinking. I just think people, the human brain is very inventive, man, and people gain knowledge and they practice, their knowledge and their skills, and one person sees a way of doing something better and perfects on the last person, and then so on and so forth. So it's like a line of intelligent thinking. Once you really study something.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. It's not a line because prior to that time, there was no line leading up to that is what I'm trying to tell you. That in the span of, you had from 1899 going back, there was no technology. So where did that come from? Nobody just got smart overnight within the span of 100 years. That had to come from someplace. And I can give you the answer on that.
Go ahead and enlighten me, man.
Okay. You have intelligence that's constantly moving through the atmosphere, higher intelligence, future intelligence, things that are constantly, because what we teach in the state of mental is that timelines do exist in this atmosphere, in this environment, and there are advanced intelligence in the future, there's current intelligence, and there's past intelligence. We have created a timeline by opening our minds, and a lot of these men who were part of certain orders back in the early 1900s cleared out their mind and opened their mind to receive intelligence, because that has to be done. You have to open your mind to receive new things, and you could become a window to future intelligence, because future intelligence is constantly moving through the atmosphere as light and as sound and things like that, because timelines are already laid out. So these men or these people who brought these inventions forward open their minds up and allow their mind to generate, or their mind to generate these images in for these things. So they already existed in a timeline in the future. You follow?
Yeah, I understand. I understand what you're saying, man. I just, I don't recognize that, man. I guess that's a different type of thinking that I'm used to, man.
That's mentellect, brother. That's advanced. That's advanced knowledge. That's advanced knowledge, brother. That's mentellect. The people, you know, different than the people who was in the beginning of the 1899 and things like that. And somebody talked about bringing a car or bringing a plane and stuff. They would be like, I don't understand that. I don't understand that. You know, but it's a reality. Do we not have planes and cars now?
Yeah, man. But you know what?
I mean,
it's like that. I see where you're coming from. I mean, and I don't want to argue. That's your belief, man. But I see where you're coming from.
It's not. Hold on, wait a minute. Let's stop. Stop for a second.
Yeah.
See, because it's getting lost in translation. I want you to stop for a second. It's not a belief. It's a reality. People advancing mentally and receiving higher intelligence, and it's not spookism, awas, or whatever your name is in the chat. We're not going to play that game. It's not a spookism because this stuff actually exists. Spookism would be something that you can't see. Now there are planes. Now there are computers. They did not lead up to a line of anything because now you have them. You know? They come as future intelligence. Certain people are inspired because images are generated in their head if you are in tune to pick these things up. A lot of our people are not in tune. Our people are in tune to receive information, i.e. book knowledge from the white man and the rest of these people. So when somebody introduces the idea of receiving higher intelligence or advanced thinking, that sounds foreign to you. It sounds spooky or it sounds like a belief, and we don't deal with belief. We deal with reality because these things really do exist. You can get in a plane. You couldn't do that 150 years ago.
Yeah, man, I definitely see where you're coming from, man, but it's like it's almost like you have to have faith in what it is you're talking about in order to digest what it is you're talking about.
That's not faith. That's a reality. Advanced intelligence, you don't acknowledge advanced. We don't deal with belief here. There's no belief. You don't acknowledge advanced intelligence. That's like you saying. That's like me trying.
What I see is. Go ahead, man.
That's like me trying to describe a plane to you. Like I said, we go back in the beginning of 1899, 1897, and I describe an airplane to you or a flying machine or a computer, and you go, oh, man, that ain't real. Then it takes time, 40 or 50 years. Next thing you know, it's a computer there. Next thing you know, there's a plane there. Where did that come from? You said it. You would have said back then that's not real, but now it exists. There's no timeline leading up to that. That's a reality. Evolution is a reality. Mental evolution is a reality. That's not a belief. That's not no faith. That's a reality. There's a reality that you should be bringing forth intelligent children. You should be bringing forth advanced children. We are constantly evolving mentally and physically. That's not from the white man and anybody else. We're not talking about no monkeys from no gorillas and all that nonsense. We're talking about a mental evolution here. We're supposed to be in an evolutionary incline, but we're going in circles now. That's the problem.
Okay, man. Thanks for taking my call, man. Yeah. Have a good day, man.
Okay.
All right.
I honestly do not understand what is so hard about that. I don't understand what's so hard about advanced thinking. A lot of our people, that's the problem with a lot, and no disrespect to the brother, but that's the problem with a lot of our people. A lot of our people got they mind so stuck in the white man's revolutionary way of thinking that you actually believe there's nothing new under the sun. There's nothing new that can come into this atmosphere because y'all don't think that way. You don't think outside the box. You think in a box. That's why this sounds like spookism to a lot of our people. You understand? It sounds like how is advanced intelligence crazy? It's not crazy to the white man, but I guess that's why he leads the world. You know? Well, for these so-called black men who run African countries, a lot of you people are caught up on this whole African thing. It don't matter. You can spell it with a K or you want to. It's still thought up by ḽᴏᴜ Africanus and the Greeks. They're the first ones who called Africa a continent or named the landmass Africa. That idea still comes from the white man. We're going to play a little bit of music for the so-called Pan-Africanists. We'll be right back. We got a call in, 615. I'm going to take your call. 615?
651?
65, I'm sorry, 651?
Oh, yeah, what's going on? It's International Movie. How you doing?
All right, brother, how you doing?
All right. Yeah, I just want to, I noticed when brothers talk, about the mental plane and thoughts manifesting and all of that, I believe in that. That's for sure. But what a lot of people, where I think that the delivery is being missed by other people that might not partake into the, the mental manifestation is I believe there has to be a mix in the dialogue. Because I also understand the higher plane of thinkings and thoughts manifest and materializing and that. But then I also have to put it into a physical form. For example, I'm trying to nation build with my brothers. And I know that I don't take this the wrong way. I know that we can't just sit in a circle and think it and it's going to magically appear. We have to dialogue. We have to think it. We have to meditate. We have to manifest. Then we have to actually go out, pick up the hammer, pick up some pistols and some AKs, and make it happen.
Well, let me stop you there, brother. Let me stop you there. The pistols, the AKs, and the gun talk that the black man's still doing, this revolutionary mindset, this is a problem with our people. You're talking about picking up pistols and guns for what? The white man will drop a bomb on a society and kill everybody in it without even having to send a tank in there or send anybody in there. So he don't even need that. This is what I'm talking about. Still that revolutionary mindset, still revolving in a circle.
So what would be your solution?
Let me finish. Let me say.
Go ahead. The solution.
This is the thing. When we talk, and I wanted to answer the brother, when we say the difference between what we say and metaphysics is that we said that there is people. There are people who are of the elect in the future, those people who possess that higher intelligence, who are actually connected to us genetically, who are going to send thoughts to us this way in the present state. This is not spookism. This is reality. You have children. You're going to have grandchildren. They exist. They're already here. The line has already been set. The future exists because in order for you to have thoughts of the future, in order for you to have deja vus of the past and thoughts of the future of what's going to take place, that means it already exists already. We're just moving on a timeline. And so does intelligence work that way when we are ready to put ourselves in a reception mode to receive higher intelligence. That's where all your higher intelligence come from. People are sending these thoughts. Metaphysics teaches that they just coming from nowhere. Nothing comes from nowhere. It comes from people. It comes from advanced thinkers, people who are more advanced than us, your children, your grandchildren. They're going to be more advanced than you. So we're moving in a evolutionary line, a mental evolutionary line, and we're supposed to be receiving higher thoughts. Now, as far as picking up guns, black men who sit up here talking about they mad at the white man, they want to pick up the gun and take over society, do whatever, they're not holding our people back. We're holding ourselves back. The majority of these black men who talk this revolutionary talk, the majority of them are angry because the white man is not giving them a piece of the pie. If the white man turns around tomorrow and says, I'm going to give y'all such and such dollar amount for reparations, for slavery, and whatever we did wrong, you would hear all the air come and the fire come out of that revolutionary talk. The black man is not ready at this point in time because of the mindset he's in with this state of confusion. He's not ready to go and set up his own society. He's full of emotion. He's full of anger. He's mad at the white man. Half these black men want to lay down with white women still that's talking this nonsense, but they're not willing to go and come together, get rid of all the old ways of thinking, and do something. They don't want to do that. So we letting the air out of all the nonsense in the talk. All the pistol talk and whatnot. You black men, y'all can't even handle the damn local police department. A lot of these people talk all this stuff, but like I said, it's talk.
Okay. Now I don't want to get distracted into emotions on our dialogue because
okay.
I am open-minded. We can agree. Okay. I wouldn't be, trying to get this information.
Okay.
So my question for you is, in detail, from your higher learning and higher thinking and physics, what can we do as a group, as a whole, as black people, to get out of our situation that we're in?
Well, if you was listening, I don't know if you just tuned in.
I'm not just tuned in. I was listening, but I guess I guess in this situation you would have to teach me in like a kindergarten level.
Okay, well, I stated earlier, I'm not interested in the black race. And what I mean by that is I'm only interested in certain people thinking on a higher level beyond the black race, because majority of you people within the black race, our people have already made their mind up. You tell them something different, they don't want to really hear it. Their mind is still locked into a certain way of thinking. It's still locked into black revolutionaryism. It's still talking about picking up guns, even though they ain't going to pick up a gun to do nothing. They just talking, because if they was going to do it, they would have did it by now. All right? I said that it's only going to be a certain amount of our people that are going to adhere to a new way of thinking, an advanced way of thinking, and that entails us clearing out all the old ways of the past. No more black revolutionary talk, no more Islam, no more Christianity, no more Judaism, no more all that go. And we starting blank as a new people on one page. No more different philosophies, no more confusion. Now, as we move to a new state as a mental race, people who are ready to receive higher intelligence, people who are ready to go and sacrifice and be the doctors, be the lawyers, be the teachers, be people who are going to exude and take in and receive higher intelligence, then we will lay out plans as we are going to build a new society. As one new people with one new flag, that's it. No more different philosophies. Now, how many black people are willing to do that? Not many. But that's the answer.
So what you're saying is, let me see if I got the information correct. What you're saying is, think on a higher level, manifest, has nothing to do with black people, and the brothers or the people that are thinking on a higher level will be able to cohabitate with the rest of the society.
I didn't say with the rest of society. Our people are going to be able to live amongst society. Our people are going to exist amongst society, but if we're talking about society building and independent society building, that has to be accomplished first. We're always going to move amongst the other races and the other masses of people, but this has to be done first and foremost. There has to, like I gave the analogy of the Jews. I used them for a second, where I said they consider themselves to be the hybrids of the white race. They consider them, they're the ones who are they got themselves together. And I said, wherever they go in society, they always dominate media, things like that, because they're together. That's not going. The rest of the white race, they pretty much like the black race, where they're scattered with different philosophies and ideologies, but they still uphold that American flag and the fact that this is a Judeo-Christian society. Now, the black race are not willing to do that. They are not willing to throw out all that stuff from the last millennium because they're stuck in a certain revolutionary mindset. They're not willing to do that. So it's a waste of time talking to them. That's why I don't do it.
So, okay, I think I got it now. The people that are like-minded, that are thinking on a higher plane, will come together, have their own separate society, and will build from there, correct?
Yes.
All right. Oh, man. Well, now I understand. I can dig it.
Yeah, but the majority of our people not trying to do that. Some of y'all still talking about Barack Obama. Y'all still stuck in Islam. Y'all still talking about black revolutionaryism and all that nonsense. We're done with that.
Question. I think everything is clear. I got one more question. As the people that are about to have an independent society, what preparations will y'all do if someone comes and tries to tear it down?
I already knew it. Here we go.
Oh man, I mean that's
y'all just want to pick. You just can't do that. Y'all can't just not pick up the gun.
That's not a logical answer.
Let me just say this.
That's not a logical question.
Y'all always want to have an interaction with the white man. What is it with y'all and the white man?
We got more problem. The white man.
I'm saying, but what I'm saying.
I said somebody. I didn't say that white man.
But we already know what you mean. That translates into
white.
You
can read mine,
brother. I already heard y'all do that already, and I'm not no disrespect to you, brother, but y'all do that. Y'all know y'all more focused on the white man, the damn white man, than you focused on black boys killing each other in the hood. When are y'all guys, the RBG guys, and all y'all gonna get together and stop that?
You just said you didn't care about black people.
No, I'm saying not me, but I'm saying since that's your concern, I don't care about the white man neither. But since that's your concern, since you somehow, well, what's gonna happen? Because we always get this whenever we have this dialogue, whenever we have our meetings. Y'all want to pick up the gun because y'all emotional. You still mad at the white man. You still mad because he ain't giving you a piece of the pie. Y'all not mad at slavery. Y'all mad at the whole fact that he not cutting you in, and he not gonna cut you in. It's not gonna happen.
I'm not part of that group that you're preferring to.
No, but I'm saying the black man. I'm just saying the black men who do that.
Saying. Right, I'm on
the black men who do that.
Level. We're actually on the same thing. We're actually on the same page. The question You know, like I said, you're teaching me, because I don't know. And the question was, if you have your own society, and other brothers and sisters all across the world sometimes have their own dependent country or their own city, and somebody that might be ignorant might come and try to take you out or take it down or drain you for your resources. Now, if it's going to be underground, if it's going to be underground or invisible society, I can understand that. But if it's a visible society, then the question still holds.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing about that. And for this person, let me just say this. This person, the universe, this is what you bring into a forum where you sitting here cursing people out, you calling people's name in the chat room. This is the mentality a lot of you black men bring. You're still this nonsense. You won't do it to the white man. You won't go nowhere and beat your chest and act like a gorilla to the white man. You calling people punks, and this is what you come to do? Yeah, this is what we're talking about. Anyway, but I'm going to answer you, brother. I'm going to say this, and that is that, you know, most of these black organizations, you know, that came with these ideas, they was taken down by black people. Black people brought down Marcus Garvey. You understand? Black men shot Malcolm X. It was always y'all. It was always our people, but then we want to talk about the white man or somebody else coming and doing something. It's always our own people. I never said nothing about the white man, though. No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's always we always trying to find out, instead of just live for the evolution of our people. It's easier to talk about, well, what happens if somebody coming with, anything could happen. The planet could, you know, anything could happen. We're not interested in, you know, the would haves and what could be. I don't have to be here tomorrow. I could be someplace else, so it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? We just focused on the evolution of our people. We don't think about what could happen and whatnot. You black men need to focus on what you can make happen in the evolution of our people instead of pitfalls and getting an excuse to go pick up a gun.
Yeah, I totally understand everything that you're saying, brother. I mean, like I said, we're in total agreement 100% we're on the same mission.
All right, well.
But I didn't think that you answered the question about, you know, is it going to be a visible society or invisible society?
Everything's visible. Everything's visible. You mean talking about I'm talking on the phone, so it's visible, brother.
No
I'm
doubt,
speaking here on the phone.
You know, we're talking mental manifestation.
No,
so you know, I have to cover all bases.
Mental manifest the physical. It's
right.
like people talk about, I don't understand the mental. I'm like, because I don't see the mind. You breathe air, you don't see air, do you?
Right, exactly. So what I'm trying to get is, since it will be a visible society, what precautions or whatever you might take if someone does try to infiltrate your society.
Brother, I'm not even going to, like I said, we just building. Like I said, brother, we just building. If people want to turn it into that, and that's why this is exactly why I say we don't deal with our people. The majority of our people, because this is about thinkers. You got the white man, like I said, they'll sit up here and they'll put a bomb together. They're not taking about no gun, because like I said again, all these people who want to get military and get militant, why don't you go and do that to the white man? Since you do that, why ain't y'all made that happen yet? I'm sick and tired of, I'm not getting at you, brother, but that's anybody that want to come in here and talk and beat on their chest and act like they these big gorillas and they hate the white man so much, but they don't get nothing going. They don't do nothing. They never do nothing. All of it ends up being talk. And like I said, if I'm about something, I'm going to do it. I stood up on this because I understood that I get a lot of simple-minded Negroes who get mad. They don't understand because they got a primitive way of thinking. Because they want to get emotional, and like I said, that's a woman's mentality. That's a female mentality. The thinkers, the men, the real mental beings, not these males out here, these are the people that stand up on this and stand strong. And in the midst of confusion that a lot of these Negroes try to cause, they stand up and they think. I don't allow myself to get caught up in emotion, you know? And so, like I said, we about the building.
Right. Well, I can dig it, brother, man. The information it's been very insightful, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you, brother. I'll take a few more calls. Peace.
All right.
All right, Mr. RBG, I'm going to take you, brother.
Hey, what's
Mr.
up?
RBG.
You hear me?
Yes, brother, I can hear you.
Hey, what's up, Anubin? This guy Zulu, man, Drop Squad.
Okay. I thought you was going to be one of the RBG people, man.
Well, I am RBG, but me and you, we didn't have our debates on our show a couple of times. But I like the topic you got going on tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to piggyback on the last caller. Mm-hmm. And I know you already said you're tired of hearing it, but you have to appreciate the relevance of the question the brother asked when he started talking about protection. Mm-hmm. Now, before I get into it, I want to say this right here. Mm-hmm. What you're talking about tonight, mm-hmm. I agree with it. Okay? I've been spitting this, I think now, for like the last 7 or 8 months, in that it's okay if you want to be spiritual or metaphysical or diabolical or militant or what have you. You can be that all day long. But at the end of the day, when you start talking about nation building, you have to look at it realistically. There's no way you're going to be able to build a nation through philosophy alone without actually looking at what it really takes to build a nation. And when you start talking about what it really takes to build a nation, stuff like religion and politics and things of that nature, you can't let that really skew your perspective or what it is that you got your eyes focused on. Example, if you're going to build a nation, you got to be able to feed people. If you're going to build a nation, you got to be able to provide water to people. I mean, this is your nation. And if it's going to be your nation, your independent nation, you have to be able to control the resources that's going to sustain your nation. All right? Right now, we don't have nothing. We don't even
and the reason why we don't have nothing, is we got too many people who are emotional, who got still looking for handouts from the white man, still got to axe the ground with the white man. We need people who are thinking. We need people who are learning. We need doctors. We need lawyers. That's how you build a nation. Not some nigga sitting around here talking about picking up guns and whatnot, because you niggas ain't going to do nothing. I'm not talking to you, but I'm talking to these niggas with this gun talk. I'm tired of you niggas with this gun talk and this revolutionary talk, and you want to flex your muscle. Like I said, go to school. Go be a doctor. We need some lawyers. We need some doctors. We need some scientists. That's what we need to build a nation. That's what we need. If you ain't ready to do that, you know.
That's absolutely correct. You know, and Miss Sapphire in the chat room just asked the question. You know, there's no way to build a nation without your woman, and I agree with that 100%. Even Dr. Clark said he don't want to be a part of no nation that excludes the woman.
Who said anything about excluding women?
I'm saying I'm speaking on the sister's question inside of the chat room.
Well, sister, let me say, ain't no faggots in this nation, in this society, no faggots. So women.
She's probably just pointing out that she ain't hearing it, not necessarily implying that it's all about homosexuality.
We need you sisters to be going to school to be doctors and lawyers and architects. That's what we need. I mean, we don't need no more sister soldiers and no black power fist talk. We need sister people that can mend up so our women ain't got to be going to the goddamn white man, the rest of the doctors and whatnot, so they can shoot your daughters up with estrogen and your daughters up with testosterone and shoot your sons up with estrogen and produce homosexuals and lesbians. We need doctors. Anybody willing to do that?
But to get back to the meat and potatoes of what the last caller was asking, you know,
guns again, huh?
Well, I mean, if you want to put guns in the mix, you can, but
defense guns. I'm interested in people who are thinkers, because you can sit up here and talk. Listen. You can sit up here and talk about thinkers. You can sit up here and talk about guns and all that again. But like I said, if it really come down to it, like I said, the white man ain't got to pick up no guns. He can drop a bomb and kill everybody in a 50-block radius without having to even enter the thing. So what's your gun going to do then? What does that mean?
That's absolutely correct. But
so then
let me throw a hypothetical out there to you, though.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's say, for the sake of a great argument, that what you're proposing is successful. and we're talking about maybe 10, 15, 25, and I'm being real considerate when I'm saying 10, 15, 25 years, but I think me and you both know we're talking about probably 50 to 100 years to get to this level, but let's say 10, 15, 25 years, everything that you're speaking on right now comes to fruition, all right? And I'm not talking about by the end of a gun barrel or anything like that. I'm talking about the mental side of it, to be able to negotiate with one another, to be able to convince our brothers and sisters who may not be on the same wavelength as us to buy into what it is that we're selling in terms of thinking on a higher level and beginning nation building like that, to get educated in all disciplines, everything from medicine to engineering, everything from economics to agriculture. I mean, the whole gamut. Let's just say it's successful, all right? You cannot have a nation, even at your success rate, without being able to protect it. You still have to protect your resources. You still have to protect your women. You got to protect your children because, like the brother said, eventually, just like brothers and sisters in the hood, eventually somebody going to want what you got because you're not going to be able to convince everybody to think on that higher level.
Not trying to.
I heard that too. Now that's what me and you always used to bump heads at, you know.
Yeah, but that's like I
how
said.
You feel about, you know, the certain black people.
And I, you know why I feel that way is because I'm getting it even in this chat room with simple-minded talk. People more concerned about who my woman is and who I'm. Why do you care about that? You know, why are you willing to go to school, sister, and be a doctor yourself? If you're not willing to do that, we got young brothers we talking to going to law school. I talked about change. They talking about they going from being legal aides to lawyers. Sisters that talking about going to be dentists. That's what I'm talking about. If you're not going to come in here and you're just going to bring negativity and whatnot, then get out the chat room. Don't come doing that. Yes, this is why I say what I say, because a lot of our people don't want to serve. They don't serve no damn purpose. They just want to come and bring negativity. You should be looking at this like, okay, somebody out here is talking about this and trying to actually touching on this conversation and trying to do something. But instead, who is your woman? What do y'all do? What?
Well, you know that.
No, talk is not cheap. It's not cheap. I'm putting in the work. Are you hiding behind a thing and you doing that? You understand? Nobody. Who are you? I put myself out there to do this, and like I said, I'm not letting myself get upset because I don't get upset by things like that. But don't do that. If you're not going to come in, if you're not going to add something to it, like, well, brother, you know, I could see myself going. Maybe I'll send my daughter to medical school. I want to do this. I want to contribute to the evolution of our people. Who is your woman? What is you doing? Why are you? Come on with that. All right.
I mean,
you know, why are you doing that? What good is that? This is the problem with our people. Like I said, we think all we focused on building right now. Those of you who want to be military people and whatnot, and you know, focus on that. That's fine. Okay, in time, I guess we will need that. Yeah, in time. Like I said, right now the focus is on. You understand? No, you didn't touch a nerve, but that's what you were looking to do. You didn't touch a nerve, but that's what you're looking at. That's what you're here for. The majority of our people serve no purpose. There we go. But like I said, we looking to build up the mental power of our people. That's how you do an evolution. We're not interested in revolutionary talk. See, a lot of y'all still stuck in the revolutionary talk. That's why you think you got to go pick up some guns and shoot somebody, or you mad at the white man, somebody coming to take something from you. That's not, like I said, that's not neither here nor there, because the evolution is going to continue if we doing it right.
Well, let's take it away from the guns and everything. Then let's put that shit to the side. All right. Now, let's just get on to the intellectual side of it. If we are to make that leap, that intellectual leap, that leap to where we are not right now, are we going to go to the white schools to get the education that we need, or are the high mental state beings going to provide us with all the information we need to have?
No, you go to school like you've been going to school. You got education here. Hold on, you got education here, and You have, the ability to become doctors and lawyers. You're not taking advantage of it. Our people don't take advantage of things. Just you pay taxes here and whatnot. Go to school and take advantage of living in this society other than sitting here asking for handouts or going to work every day for the white man. Our people.
You're in essence speaking on being like a spook, if you will. In other words, instead of sitting around complaining or trying to be hyper revolutionary and acting off of emotions, take advantage of what the system that's in place offers. Use that, what you gain from it, and then bring it back to build your own nation.
There's nothing wrong with that because you're in a society already, and that's taking place right now amongst our people, where you go into school, you're receiving an education, and you hate the education you're receiving. But the thing is, y'all not taking advantage of it, where you could utilize something from every place. Like I said, we advocate education because after we talk the gun talk and whatnot, like I said, our people are not building anything at the end of the day. We can't run to each other for doctors and things like that. We can't do anything. We're not running to each other for to take. We got to run to the white man, and after everybody got shot up in the Black Panther, they still was running to white doctors.
Yeah.
Like I
said earlier, man. I agree, and I'm gonna get off the line because I'm pretty sure you got some more people probably waiting to talk to you. But the last thing I want to do is bring the guns back. And I'm not going to bring the guns back to you. I want to bring the guns back to everybody that's in the chat room and everybody that's listening to it. Okay. When it comes to education, it's paramount. And even if you got your mind made up that you're fixing to pick up a gun and be hyper revolutionary with that still requires a degree of education. It requires a degree of understanding and knowledge. It requires some sort of training. You can't just grab that shit and run out here in the streets holding it sideways with one hand and holding your pants up with the other hand and think you're fit to win a war. So I agree with you 100% in that at the end of a barrel, starting out, that ain't going to fly. You're going to get dropped on real quick. But eventually, Newbin, you will have to grab one.
Okay. All right. I'm going to take another call because...
Appreciate you letting me call in, man.
Yeah, no problem. 302, you're going to be our last call. Go ahead. 302.
Hey, what's happening, brother? How you doing?
All right.
I didn't know I was live. I was just listening to the show. My first question was, who are you?
I'll make it quick, brother, because we got a few minutes to go. But go ahead.
It's all good. We talked earlier today, and the show was pretty enlightening. You know what I'm saying? Who are these people who are the receptors of the higher intelligence?
Well, they're coming together from amongst the black race right now. It's obvious that you're going to see a drawing of a line amongst the black races happening right now because, when we do stuff like this, you might be one of them. You know what I mean? Because you're thinking on another level. You are, and they're going to come together as a mental.
But I still have many questions before I get down with them.
Okay, well.
I want to know where they're getting this higher level of intel from. Where is it received? How is the initiate able to receive it? Is it coming from a book? Is it coming from wavelength? Is it coming from the fucking? Is it only coming from underneath a rock? Is it coming in the mail?
No, it's not coming from a book. It's not coming from under a rock. I said it earlier. I got to pay attention. How old are you, brother?
That's irrelevant. I got another question.
Relevant. It's very relevant, brother. I can't ask you that. It's very relevant.
Talked about that earlier today, and I'm riding with you on this, but I still got some specifics I need to deal with on this one.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We discussed it earlier today, and I told you I'm 45, and you said you ain't dealing with nobody born after 1970 or something like that. Mm-hmm. So that puts me right out the box.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't say. I said in the beginning of what we're doing because we got enough problems with people who have a certain way of thinking etched in their mind. And rather than me having to argue and fight back and forth and trying to explain stuff, because I say it like 1,000 times and now I got to keep going in circles, I'd rather be like, you know what, forget it, because certain people already made their mind. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying certain people have made their mind up. Is this who is this, Darren?
Yes, sir. But I don't like being called that.
No, I'm not calling you anything. I'm saying that
my mother gave me that name, but you know what? I'll cherish that name since my mother gave it to me. But you know, I'd rather call myself something else. If I can get me a little cool ass fucking name, I'll give myself a cool ass name. You know what I'm saying?
No, okay.
But I haven't came up with a cool ass name yet. My next question is, you know,
brother,
with the higher mental, how would the followers, you know, where do we get them from? You know what I'm saying? What type of mental are we coming from? You know what I'm saying? Like, cause like I feel like sometimes I'm tapping into some kind of information coming from somewhere, and I really don't know where it's coming from. And as soon as I try to push the idea, or not even push the idea, I will convey the idea to a couple brothers and a couple sisters, and they just look at me like I'm crazy. And then some of them even look at me like I'm crazy. And I was like, you know, I mean, like.
Let me answer. I'll answer that real quick because, like I said, I got 5 minutes. I only programmed this thing for
I'm
like
not
2
trying
hours.
to be. I'm not trying.
No. I understand. I'm not trying to be short with you, brother. It's just that I programmed it for 2 hours. I want to try. I want to try and answer it. I'm trying to answer it for you.
Before I begin, what's the ABC steps on it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because the brothers was talking about military, agriculture. You know what I'm saying? The women. You know what I'm saying? All that. You know what I mean? How do we start from ground level? That's what I want to know.
That's what I said. The mentality of the people have to be on the same page. If they willing to clear out all the old ways of thinking and start at one with
I can do that tomorrow.
Hold on, let me finish. And start with no things from the last millennium. And yet I heard people still bringing in the old ways of thinking. See, this is why I said what I said.
I heard you say a lot of things about the white man. Fuck the white man. I ain't thinking about the white man, and fuck them niggas down the block too. You know
okay, well, like I said, we starting on the same page. Like I said, if we start blank on the same page, we cut away from that. The only thing that we can go from there is up. Mental evolution, the knowledge of mental, that's going to take us. Your knowledge that you're talking about is future knowledge that's coming to you because as you're clearing your mind out, this future intelligence does exist within your generation, within your bloodline, within your genetics. Your children.
But a lot of my intel came from my meditation and spiritualism.
Okay.
Still in my day, and then you just
and you cleared your mind. Hold on, you cleared your mind out, and you allowed yourself to receive things.
In the experience of my mind.
Okay,
and correct foods that I ate, and correct posture and correct breathing.
Okay,
and to be an observer of my thoughts.
Okay,
and being an observer of people, and being an observer of people's emotions and the way that they fucking get down.
Okay,
like,
and what you said, I'm going to cut you. What you said was basically that you cleared your mind and you allowed yourself to receive
I haven't got
things.
To a higher level.
And you look.
Pretty sure I haven't gotten to a higher level, but I'm goddamn sure that I tap into a higher level at any time I'm ready to.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you know, I got a lot of my information from reading various fucking books. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna put my finger on one book, but I will put my finger on the ᴛᴜᴜ that says that we are the observer of emotion. We are not the initiate of emotion. Now, the other brother was talking about how are we going to sustain the society? How are we going to gather our people? How are we going to gather these people?
By going
when I go down to the street and I'm wearing, how are we going to advertise? How are we going to take care of these
What am I doing right now, brother? What am I doing right now? I got people hitting me on the Facebook. I'm utilizing Facebook. The brothers are with me going out. We finding our people gradually, brother. It's a gradual thing. A gradual thing. It's a gradual evolution. It's a gradual search for our people. That's what we doing. We putting in the work. We're not just talking like certain people said we was. It ain't just talk. We putting in the work.
I remember. Hold up. And I don't give you no disrespect either. You know what I'm saying? For real, I actually don't, because we brethren. Now check this out. Now. I know you're working on time. Now, I found you on a Moorish site where you got a lot of Moorish Nation type people on the site, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's where I found you on the website. Now, you already said early in the broadcast that, you know, fuck that Moorish science shit. That shit is outdated. Okay, but you riding off of a website. So that means you must be down with them or a couple of them.
No, well, here's the thing. I post it. I could post any site I want to post. I can post any place. It doesn't mean I'm down with nobody. I said my people. Hold on, brother. Hold on, wait a minute, brother. I said that we found people who was riding with our message from all.
I'm Moors, because I ain't changed my motherfucking cool. I'm okay with it calling myself Ngozi. I don't got to be El Akbay, Shamar, Ra, or Akman, none of that bullshit. I ain't got to do all that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well,
I ain't got to do all that shit. I ain't got to play the trickery with the words. The thing is posted. I found you on a Moorish website.
Okay, now, and I posted. Hold on, wait. I also posted and
fuck up.
hold on. I also posted and I posted. And hold on, wait a minute, brother. I posted wherever people would allow me to post shows at. If you go, you can look in all groups, and wherever people allow me to post, I posted in the ഄᴏᴜᴜᴜ thing. I posted on everybody's group. So it's not just I have nothing to do with the Moors. I told you to go to the State of Mentel site, read the About Us section. I said we are not affiliated with any existing groups from the past millennium.
Right,
it's right there. So
and I can feel you on that one.
Mm-hmm.
I can feel you on that one. So
yeah,
I ain't got no problem with that.
We post everywhere. Our people are everywhere, brother. That's what I said.
How many current followers you got so far currently? Can you count them on one hand or two hands?
Excuse me?
How many current followers do you have, and what is the movement doing currently? What's the last thing they did, like 2 days ago?
Just started, brother. Just started.
What have they done?
This year. We just started this year, brother. Everything has to start.
What have they done? What are they working on currently?
We see the Supermen, Superwomen project. We just started, brother. Like I said, our people want our people want change and they want results, but you got to come and be the change and the part of the result. We putting in the work. We got to do this. We got to start off putting meetings together and stuff like that. Our people want change overnight, but they're not willing to change themselves. I'm not saying you, but what I'm saying, they want things to just happen. Everything is work, brother.
I was going to come up there, you know what I'm saying, on the 20th.
Okay. Well,
my
if you
time
come, that's
out.
cool.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Take the time out from my busy day, to come up there and listen to y'all and find out what is actually is higher intelligence, because my first thought was coming from like an alien race type of deal. You know what I mean? Because I truly believe that some of this technology is coming in through here from somewhere. Either it's coming through telepathy or it's coming through somewhere, you know what I'm saying?
It's coming from us in the future state, those who are advanced, brother. We exist. Those of us who are vibrating mentally on a higher level, we already exist in the future. We're just trying to catch up with it. There's no aliens.
How did they get that?
That's the connection. That's the connection.
Did they have a what they do? What they do to get that?
Brother, you got to clear your mind out. You got too much. It's like anything. Like a computer. I'll give you the example. Let me give you an example of a computer.
Give me an example.
Hold on, brother. Let me give you an example of a computer. If your computer got too much junk on it from the past and things like that, and it's filled up, once you clear the computer out, then it's free to take in new downloads, new information, new whatever. Same thing with our minds and with our brains. We got too much junk in there. We too stagnant. We too locked into certain ways of thinking, which is why we can't receive this future intelligence that we're supposed to generate.
I agree.
I got to go, brother. We got to go.
Right.
I'll hit you up. All right. Take care.
All right. Peace.
I'm the intellectual ഄᴜᴜᴜᴜ. I didn't program this broadcast, so for 3 hours, which I should have did. That's my fault. I didn't know it'd be so lively. But catch us Monday night on the next State of Mentel Radio. Good night.